Before you move out to White Rock, just stop. Living in White Rock comes with a lot of good and a little bit of bad. And I want today's video to be all about the pros and cons of living in White Rock. So if you do ever choose to relocate to this area, you know exactly what you're in for. Growing up in the area, I thought I knew it all about growing up in White Rock. And when I came back as an adult with my family, there's some things that I learned that may have changed my mind. Don't get me wrong, there's lots of good to living in White Rock, but to be honest, it's not all roses either. And I'm going to share with you some of the things that I wish that I had known before me and my family decided to come back. You're going to want to hang around to the very end as well, because I'm going to let you know the number one thing that drives me and my family absolutely crazy about living in this area. So if that sounds good, let's get into it. Hey, my name is Darren, team leader with the German group and realtor with McDonald Realty, practicing in the White Rock, South Surrey, and Surrey area. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in White Rock, Surrey, or South Surrey, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell so you get notified when we release any new videos and you are the first to be updated on anything that's needed to know about living in the area. We get calls and texts every single day from people just like you who are looking to relocate to this area, and we absolutely love it. So if you're considering moving in the next 9 days, 90 days, or 9 months, doesn't matter. Give us a call, send us an email. We'll jump on a Zoom and see what we can do to help you make your move to White Rock a smooth one. Let's try to start this off a little bit positive and jump right into some of the pros about living in the city of White Rock. First of all, White Rock is more cool in the summer and more warm in the winter than a lot of other areas in the Lower Mainland. In fact, Environment Canada says that White Rock is actually far enough from the coastal mountains that it actually has its own individual weather system. You'll know if you're a local that lives out here or you know anybody that lives in the city of White Rock that we all love to brag about how we get more sunshine than that of other areas of the Lower Mainland. And the interesting thing is that's actually proven now by Environment Canada, who says that on average that we get 10 days more of sunshine per year than our neighboring counterparts. Pretty cool, right? Another pro to living in White Rock is it's not overly busy, so you get to get away from all the hustle and bustle that you might experience in maybe downtown Surrey or other areas of the Lower Mainland. White Rock is completely surrounded by the city of Surrey, specifically South Surrey for this reason. And then you've got the ocean on the other side. So there's not many places to go, meaning White Rock is not a drive-through city. The closer and closer that you get to the ocean, the less and less foot traffic and cars that you'll typically see. Now, I do want to remind you that, of course, White Rock is a huge tourist destination. So in the summertime, it does get busy, but for your general day-to-day life, it's going to be a pretty quiet experience if that's something that you're looking for. Another pro is we're an oceanside or a beach town. We're a beach city. Who doesn't want to live by the beach? And many of the properties that you can find in White Rock, in fact, will have a view of Semiahmoo Bay and the ocean. White Rock has a very long stretch of beach. And while it's not the type of beach that you might find in other areas of the world, of course, because it's probably a little colder here than some of those more tropical destinations where you get that really fine white sand beach, there is a lot of awesome things that you can do at the White Rock Promenade and the beach. Views aside, we're talking about activities like windsurfing, kite surfing, skimboarding, sailing, boating, wildlife watching. The list obviously goes on, and being a beachside community comes with having a really awesome strip of commercial right along the beach, and this is what we call Marine Drive. Somewhat separated into two areas, namely West Beach and East Beach, both featuring different styles and types of restaurants, coffee shops, lots of ice cream, and different touristy type shops as well. But if you're coming to White Rock, you're going to love it for the view that you might get from your property. Another pro of living in White Rock and being attached to South Surrey is you don't need to go anywhere for anything like you once did years ago. There has been so much development and commercial added to the areas of not only White Rock, but also South Surrey over the years that you've got just about everything you're looking for shopping-wise in a very short drive from your home. Probably the biggest and most popular area is the Grandview Heights Shopping Center or the Morgan Crossing Shopping Center, lots of different names for it. However, you're going to find all of your big box stores up in this area, Lots of different restaurants, including chain restaurants and little niche restaurants, and shopping galore. You don't really need to go anywhere. And shopping and dining isn't the only thing either. When it comes to recreation for yourself or for your family, or when it comes to professional services that you might need, like doctors or other healthcare providers, White Rock in South Surrey features it all, and you don't need to travel into other areas of the lower mainland like you did many years back ago. The last pro that I'm going to share with you is that it's great for all ages. You know, White Rock used to have this motto that it was only for the newlywed and nearly dead. Well, that may have been the case many years ago. You have seen such a more diverse group of people come to the city of White Rock and South Surrey over the last couple of years, and it's really got something for everyone now. Just living in the city of White Rock alone, you have the choice of 5 elementary schools, depending on which catchment you fall into, and 3 high schools, all in a city that is only about 5 square kilometers in size. There's community centers, there's pools, there's daycares, there's South Surrey Athletic Park, and there's sports arenas. There is literally something for everybody to enjoy and absolutely love the area. Before we move into the cons, I want to mention to make sure that you check out our Living in White Rock playlist, and specifically a video we just did about the 5 reasons that I moved my family back to White Rock. This is a video of me sharing my own personal 5 favorite things about the area, so you definitely want to check that one out. Now that you have that, it's time to jump into the cons of why living in White Rock might not be for you. Starting with its location, White Rock is not really close to anything except Surrey. As I mentioned previously, it's not a drive-through city, which means that it's not quite as busy, or not nearly as busy rather, as a lot of some of the other lower mainland areas. But let's say you have a job in Burnaby or a job in Vancouver. It can easily take you an hour to get to downtown Vancouver from the city of White Rock. Not to mention that when you're traveling, you oftentimes need to either take a bridge or a tunnel, and well, living in British Columbia, when it rains, when it snows, hell, even when it's sunny, those bridges and tunnels, they tend to get clogged and slowed down, so there's can be tons and tons of traffic and really slow down your commute. Now, you might be thinking, okay, well, I'll just jump in public transportation. Well, of course, White Rock has bus access. That would be crazy if it didn't, but it's not that great and it's not that easy. It's nowhere near like living in North Surrey or in New Westminster or Burnaby or even Vancouver, where you can just jump on the SkyTrain and get to any other city relatively easily. While the transportation over the years has improved in White Rock, it's still a small city, so it doesn't get a ton of attention nor a ton of service or a ton of spotlight shone on it when it comes to the transit sector. Another con of living in White Rock is actually living in White Rock. Homes are incredibly expensive in the area, especially if you're talking about a home that may have a view. To put this into a little bit of perspective, the average price of a detached home in White Rock or South Surrey at the time of filming this video was $1.953 million. Now, let's move that across to another municipality just very close to White Rock, in the city of Langley, or the township of Langley. Both will combine for the purposes of this. To put that in comparison with a very close city like the city or area of Langley, where the average detached home is about $1.428 million. You're gonna find significant differences like this across all property types, whether it's detached homes, condominiums, or townhomes. And even for those of you that are considering renting, you're going to notice rents are more expensive in White Rock and South Surrey as well. Another con about living in White Rock kind of ties into one of the things I love, and one of the pros I just mentioned about living in White Rock is that it's not busy, but the con is it's getting a lot busier. The Semi-Amity Town Center area is due to be completely redeveloped over the course of the next few years, and if you're interested in learning more about that, you can check out a video on this that we did right here, which is also in our Living in White Rock playlist. However, not only is that happening, you're starting to see high rises shoot up all over the hillside, increasing the density, meaning more cars and more people. White Rock, in fact, is getting so busy that most residents who live in White Rock proper actually have to have parking passes to be able to put their vehicles on the road to ensure that they can have adequate parking. This leads into another con of living in White Rock that oftentimes you'll find, because of the business that's starting to increase, that the roads have not kept up with the development in the area. White Rock used to be a little beach town. It wasn't overly well traveled, and now that we're getting this incredible amount of density coming into the area, some of the roads that were designed for that little beach town can no longer keep up with all of the traffic that are on them. And this isn't to fault the provincial government or the city governments from trying to make it better, and they certainly have been working on this. However, the density seems to be coming a lot faster than the road improvements. Additionally, the road improvements, well, they tend to happen after a problem is noticed and decided that it needs to be fixed. One more con I want to share with you is how difficult it can be to run a business in the city of White Rock. Because the city of White Rock is incredibly seasonal, meaning a lot of people love coming to White Rock to visit the beach during the summer months from all over the Lower Mainland and all over the world. However, that makes it really great to own a business in the summertime because of all the foot traffic and all the tourists. But come around winter where you're not seeing a lot of people down at the beach, you're not getting a lot of that foot traffic. If you own a restaurant, coffee shop, retail business, anything like that, it can be really difficult to pay the bills in the slower months of the winter. As mentioned previously as well, the challenging transit makes it difficult for people to get here if they don't have a vehicle. So these businesses are really forced to run on, for the most part, the locals in the area. You wouldn't be surprised to know, or you wouldn't be surprised to notice walking through many areas of White Rock and seeing new businesses pop up where old ones used to exist because they simply couldn't keep up. So those are the cons about moving to the city of White Rock. And we've also got a video about 5 reasons that I would not move to White Rock that you can check out on our channel and also on our Living in White Rock playlist, that if you're considering moving here, well, you want to watch it because it's going to give you some good information as well. Now that you know the pros and the cons of moving to White Rock or living in White Rock, I'm curious what you think. Has any of these swayed your decision to come to the area? Or if you're a local that's watching this video, did I miss anything? What are some of the things you absolutely love about living in the area, or some of the things that drive you a little crazy? Be sure to leave your comment below. And again, if you're someone that's looking to relocate to the area, don't hesitate to reach out to us by scheduling a time to speak with me or my team on a Zoom. As mentioned before as well, if you're someone that is considered relocating or moving to the White Rock area and you need someone you can trust to help make sure that you understand that area and your move regarding real estate is a smooth one, please don't hesitate to reach out for us by clicking the link in our description to book a time to speak with us. Hey, look, I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the new updates we're releasing on a regular basis, and we'll definitely look forward to seeing you on the next video. Cheers.